Hey, my name is Spidey, and welcome to the very first episode of the Web of Cinema exclusive World of Comics. I had noticed that there was no love or representation for comic books on this website. There was for movies, there was for video games, but not for comic books and graphic novels or anything for literature. I took a census and most people like the idea of having a show related to comic books, so this is it. It'll cover comic books, graphic novels, it'll have reviews, breakdown, overviews, opinions, and just anything that has to do with a comic book or a graphic novel. The first 3 episodes will be introductions to people's collection, starting with mine. This right here is not everything. I have a bunch of like Spider-Man, Stan Lee era comic books in boxes, but I'm not gonna go through all that work just to display them. But this is what I currently read. Starting with my Weird New Jersey over here, the first one, all the way to World War Z. I do have the zombie survival guide. See, it's brand new. I haven't read it though because I don't like jumping from book to book. I did it once with Weird New Jersey. I don't know why. I have to finish the second one because I finished the first one. I don't know what happened. Just I got no excuse. But I'm almost done with World War Z before I can move on to the zombie survival guide. So with that said, let's get to the detailed look at the book, shall we? Okay, so first things first, Weird New Jersey. This book chronicles all the weird happenings of Weird New Jersey. Weird New Jersey was a magazine publication, I think like 14 years ago, and it got so popular they decided to make books. I like this one way better than the second one. Both of them are good, but the second one, it's like odder things that not even weirdos like me know about, when this one is like home state famous stuff. So I'm really into this one big time. I love the book. Second on this list is see, it's partially still in its wrap, but yeah, the full compendium of the first volume of Kick Ass. I knew about the graphic novel, and I had the comic book, and I had read some. But my issue with it was that they came out so seldom, because it took like forever for another issue to come out, that I was just like, fuck it, I'll wait for a compendium of the thing to finish. And it just so happened to be that it finished when the movie came. So I finished reading the whole thing when before I saw the movie when it came out. This is the director's cut edition of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. I got it for my birthday last year. It's completely demented. It's the creator of Invader Zim's first graphic novel, and I mean, there is some funny, whacked out shit in this. For example, one of my favorite moments is right here. I don't know if you'll be able to read it, but it's a survey, and from the whitest person you could ever know, right? And he wants to know about murders that are obviously committed by Johnny. And in the survey it says, first question, murder. What's up with that? Second question, do you kill people? Third question, pain. Good. And my favorite, fourth question, have you ever been murdered? It's like, it's so stupid and unbelievable, but it's like you can almost buy it because some people in society are just that fucking dumb, and that's where like Jonas Vasquez, his characters live in this universe of just retarded people. This, I don't know what is like the ultimate edition of like the Spider-Man compendium. For what, I don't fucking know, because the issues aren't around. Like the separate issues, the trade backs, these aren't around for this one. So I don't know. It's like they decided to just make a super big book, but it basically chronicles Hammerhead and Catwoman's, Black Cat's origins, and Elektra in the Marvel universe. I'll get to this in a moment separately, but these are my ultimate Spider-Man editions right here, starting from volume 1, Power and Responsibility, to the 20 of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which isn't, it's an okay read. They've done better. And then I got like the classic comic book ones. I don't know. This was before I started collecting the Ultimates in like a trade back. I'll get to this in a moment. Those are games. It's not about games. Here we go. The Walking Dead Compendium 1. If George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead continued through the perspective of different characters, you would get The Walking Dead, and it is a fantastic freaking read. They have more trade back issues and continuums, I think they're called, the ones before compendiums. But this is so good that I don't want it to end. So what I do is I wait for compendiums to come out, where it's like, this is 1088 pages, so I'm gonna wait for the next 1088 pages, which are almost done. Because the Walking Dead show debuts in October. By December, Compendium 2 should be out. Tim Sale's The Long Halloween. Well, let's see if I can get close. There we go. Yeah, alright. This is the graphic novel that they say Christopher Nolan used as a guideline for Dark Knight. And there are actually some parts, like where Batman first meets Harvey Dent on the rooftop, and it works literally frame by frame, just like the movie. It's almost wild. I'm pretty sure 100% that they did use this book. The premise is almost the same. It's just that they used the Joker as the main antagonist instead of, in the movie, instead of what's used here, and his name is Holiday. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, the dumbest title of a book I've ever seen in the history of my life. But you know what? It has some of the greatest characters in the history of my life that I've ever read, and it's just an amazing fucking book. Don't let the title, because still, I love this book and it has a stupid title, but don't let it fool you, because it's a fantastic book. Batman, No Man's Land. I originally spoke with LOG member and staff member Fred, not Fred, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, actually I did speak to Fred about it, but with Jigsaw about this. It was a very good graphic novel, and he didn't hear about it at the time, so I had suggested it, and I wanted to read it too, right? So I went and I ordered it on eBay, and fortunately what I ordered was the book version. I did not, I thought I was getting a graphic novel. Nothing against books, I love books too, but I was getting a graphic novel. And I got the book version. Shockingly, once I started reading it, it's like addictively good. Greg Rucka is the author, and he is just fantastic. I read some of his other stuff, and it's just great. He does a lot of comic book stuff too, related to like military-esque stories that he does. But I mean, I feel that this one, from the bit of the graphic novel that I read, is actually better than the graphic novel. Alright, World War Z. This is from Max Brooks, Mel Brooks' son. It is kind of like a World of Worlds, but with zombies, and it really it's through the perspective of the humans and the human psyche and what happens and how we break down as a society. You see, I'm almost done. I'm like 300 some odd pages in this, and I'm on like 329. You can't see it, but yeah. And it's kind of like Walking Dead is better, but it's almost in the same thing. It's about the humans, not so much as zombies, but it's still pretty good. I heard that the Zombie Survival Guide is better because it's more humorous. I don't know. I haven't started reading the Zombie Survival Guide, so I'll know when I finish reading them and both of them together, and I'll give you my individual reviews on them. This one, although, is hardcore serious, while on the other hand, Zombie Survival Guide is said to be extremely hilarious. With that said, let's get into the Spider-Man graphic novels. Alright, so what you're looking at is my complete collection of the Ultimate Spider-Man series. Alright, yeah, that's damn sexy. I am, without a shadow of a doubt, the biggest collector of the series on this fucking site. Ain't nobody who has more. That's why I don't let people lecture me on the site about it. Cause I mean, I have all the fucking trade backs currently up to date, except for like the latest ones. Cause what happens is I don't like catching up to series, cause then like I have to wait, and that pisses me off. So I let myself purposely get behind. But yeah, let's take a look at some series. Why don't we? Like I said, this one is the first one, Power and Responsibility. Peter got his powers. Basically the same, same thing we're used to. Nothing new. Learning Curves. This is the introduction of Dr. Octavius's origins. Further, I mean, like, he's in the explosion that created him in the first issue, but yeah. And Kingpin is in this. So it's about him, Montana, and his 3 gang members. These two. You should pay attention to these two. Legacy and Double Trouble. Legacy is Green Goblin's origins once he becomes a Green Goblin in the Ultimate Universe, which will probably be what they're gonna use for the Spider-Man reboot. And if that one is successful, and they go to the second one in chronological order, they will be following this one, which is Otto Octavius's villainous origins. If I get anything with that guy. Yeah, there you go. See. So they'll probably have to follow this, which is fucking stupid to me because then they're just remaking the first two movies. Then another one that's of interest is Ultimate 6, the Ultimate Spider-Man version of it with different artists for every chapter in the book, so it changes up every once in a while. Speaking of artistry, in the middle of the series, they changed hands with the artist, and the new artist is Stuart Immonen, and God, I almost stopped reading this because of him, but I'll get into that another day. Tune in to the next episode of World of Comics as I delve into my collection more, and hopefully the other members, Fred and Jigsaw, chime in and show you fine patrons their collection. For more episodes of this and much, much more, head over to webofcinema.com. Till next time, I'm Spidey, and I'll catch you later.